An undefeated champion is set to make her first title defense at Misfits and DAZN X Series 14, but a durable debutante has all the weapons to steal the throne. Jully Poca versus Barbie for the female cruiserweight title live on DAZN May 11th. You can't miss it. Ladies, how are we? Let's start with the champion, Jully.
E aí, como você tá, Jully?
Good, and you?
Fantastic.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
And Barbie, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm super excited, ready to get the show on the road.
I love it. Jully, last time out, you captured the cruiserweight title. How do you reflect on that performance?
Ok. Jully, o que você trouxe da sua última performance que você ganhou?
I would say, because como é que eu posso falar a cada champ, né? Cada campeonato.
Yeah, every tournament, every stage.
A new experience, because my best opponent is very strong, but I think that all the camp, all the opponents, more experience, So, como é que eu posso dizer? Eu tô tentando em inglês, tô chutando em inglês aqui, cara. Eu acredito que toda luta tem uma experiência boa. Acho que a experiência de ringue conta muito, porque você fazer sparring todos os dias não é a mesma coisa que você lutar em um ringue. Então, eu acredito que mais experiência, mais velocidade, mais movimentação, tudo isso vocês podem esperar no meu próximo camp.
Yeah, so perfect. So everything counts, So she thinks that, all the camp, all the fights that she had, these all contribute to make her more strong and more experienced,
Absolutely. And Barbie, did you get the chance to watch Jully's last fight? What did you make of her in that championship winning effort?
Yeah, I thought it was actually really good for me, because watching that, me and Jully, we were supposed to fight in Kingpin, and I think we both had that, like, the rug pulled out from under us, like, a week before we thought that we were flying out. Like, I remember I had, like, gone through a whole camp, and I was like, I'm fighting her, and then they're like, actually, by the way, you're not. And I was like, I thought I was leaving in 2 weeks. So for her to fight so soon after training for me, it kind of indicated the way that she's been training for me. Like, we were both in camp trying to train to beat each other, so I got to see what she was learning and the techniques that she was going to use against Vampira that were being taught in her camp were obviously the techniques that she was being taught as if I was the opponent. So I thought that was insightful for me to see.
You got to see the weapons ahead of the clash, which is always helpful. Now, you've dealt with a broken thumb, among other injuries, some visa issues. How excited are you to be finally making that Misfits debut?
Oh, I'm so ready. I mean, it's been a long time in the making. Obviously I dealt with the broken thumb, and that really sucked, and that really put a pause on things for me. But at the same time, I was able to really train the non-broken hand a lot. So I think that I have some new things coming that people, most people don't only train one side of their body for 4 months. So.
That's very fair. Jully, I want to ask you, what do you make of Barbie's fights? How do you break her down as an opponent?
O que ela falou e o que...
Ok, ela estava falando que ela foi capaz de... que ela machucou o dedo, machucou a mão, e mesmo assim ela estava conseguindo manteve a luta. E ele perguntou o que você espera para a luta da Barbie.
O que eu espero? Então, encaixar aqui na... eu acredito que vai ser uma grande luta. Uma luta foda, entendeu? E é isso que eu espero. Eu espero que seja uma luta foda, né? Eu espero que não se torne uma briga de bar, que seja realmente uma briga foda.
I expect to be such a big fight. I'm not expecting to be a silly one, but an amazing one.
Absolutely. And does being the champion change your mentality towards this matchup? How has that belt affected your approach to this fight?
Ok, sendo a campeã, como que isso que vem na sua mente? Essa coisa de ser a campeã, como que você lida com isso?
Eu fico muito feliz. Eu acho que a cada desafio é uma emoção diferente, né? E eu tô aqui para
Mhm.
defender meu cinturão, para ganhar, para ser invicta e bora.
Yeah. So yeah, well, every challenge is different, and I'm here to protect my belt and defend it. And yeah, that's it. Let's go for it.
Love it. And Barbie, like you said, there was already a fight camp that was occurring. What are the weaknesses that Jully has? She's undefeated. How can you take her apart?
Um, I personally, I never focus on what my opponent's weaknesses are. I focus on my own strengths, because if you go in underestimating your opponent, then that's like the worst thing you can do. So honestly, I don't care what her weaknesses are. I only care what my strengths are, and that's the only thing I'm focusing on.
Absolutely. And can you describe what it would mean to become a Misfits champion in that first fight inside the promotion?
I mean, it would be awesome. I mean, like, to get to be like number one. Well, because I guess this fight determines who is the number one, because Jully's number one ranked right now. And then for me to come in and be number one ranked in Misfits Boxing, looking the way I do and coming from the background that I do, I think that would mean a lot to not only me, but a bunch of other people who feel like they shouldn't do things because they're different, or they look different, or they're weird, or, people call them names, or, tell them to stay inside. No one wants to see them. So I think that would just mean a lot. And so that's what I'm doing. I get DMs from people saying like I felt nervous or ashamed or weird because of my tattoos, or the way I dress, or the things I like. And so I never kind of wanted to do these sporting things or other things in my life. But because you've done them, now I have the courage to do them. So that's the kind of stuff that keeps me going. And that's why I'm coming to get the title, is because I really want to show everyone that you can do whatever you want and be whoever you are.
I love it. Always inspirational. Jully, I want to ask you a question. What is your motivation? What is the reason why you're competing?
Eu acredito que vencer, ser a primeira brasileira a estar participando desse torneio é maravilhoso. E o boxe é uma arte marcial maravilhosa, e eu quero muito poder mostrar o meu potencial no ringue, um dia me tornar uma profissional. E é isso, essa é a minha inspiração, querer ser sempre melhor.
And then, so to win is my biggest motivation, and then the first Brazilian woman in this is such a motivation for me.
I love it. And how do you rate Barbie relative to your past opponents? Where does she fall?
So, baseado nos seus últimos oponentes, como que você avalia a Barbie?
A Barbie, ela entrou no mesmo torneio que eu, ela tem o mesmo tanto, não, mesmo não, que tem uma luta a mais que ela, né? Não sei como dizer, avaliar ela. Eu assisti as lutas dela, eu só espero que não se torne uma luta de bar, só isso.
Yeah, so well, we started basically together, although I have one extra fight comparing to her. But I only expect it to be an amazing fight and not a ugly one, if you know what I mean.
Interesting. And Barbie, what are some of your expectations? Do you think that maybe Jully is underestimating you at all?
No, I think I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's hard because obviously there's a language barrier, so she could be posting all these things, but I mean, I have no fucking idea.
Tava
But
Okay.
yeah, like she said, this is going to be a good fight. This is probably the biggest women's fight yet, because we are both, undefeated. We're both big, we're strong, we have power. So I expect I know she says this won't be an ugly fight, but I think in the ring it will be ugly, it will be bloody, and it will be messy, and may the best woman win. That'll be me.
I love it.
Okay, can I translate? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ela acha que você tá subestimando um pouquinho ela, mas que no final
Não falei nada.
vai ser uma luta sangrenta e vai ser uma grande luta.
Eu espero isso, né? Não espero nada além disso.
Yeah, that's all I hope, like a big fight.
For sure. And I want to ask I mean, it doesn't really feel like there's much bad blood or tension here. Barbie, do you feel any of that animosity, or is it just a fight at the end of the day, like many others?
I think I don't really feel like aggressive animosity. I mean, she tried to like beef me on Twitter. It didn't really work for her, obviously, about this like mismatch, like the face off not happening or whatever. And then she called me like a prostitute or some shit. But I just don't let it get to me, because if you're gonna go fluster on the internet and write tweet after tweet, it's kind of just like, okay, if that's what we're gonna do, that's what we're gonna do. I never like to start anything first. I just go with the flow of everything. But yeah, there's no hard feelings. I mean, when we were at our first round after Kingpin, it was funny because after the very first fight, we were in the crowd watching, I think, the boys fighting. And we looked at each other and we both said, like, see you in the finals, because we both knew that we were the only ones who would make it to well, we knew we were the ones who were going to make it to the end, and we knew that we were each other's competition. So I'm really excited for this fight. I really am.
I love it.
Yeah.
Uhum.
Ele perguntou se tem uma coisa mais agressiva no ar, uma briga, alguma coisa. E
Não,
ela
só
falou
que ela sumiu as duas entrevistas, né? As duas entrevistas ela didn't show up, ok? Entendeu? Mas fora isso, não tem nada não.
ela disse que teve uns comentários seus no Twitter, que você chamou ela de
Sim.
prostituta, e que não entende que até no Kingpin, vocês estavam assistindo, e um olhou para o outro e falou assim, see you, porque vocês sabiam que vocês duas vocês iam chegar na final.
Barbie, I respect your potential. I respect it. We were together in the last tournaments. I love your mom. Your mom is fantastic. But I hate her 1 minute because two didn't show up 2 times. 2 times. I need training. I need work. And you, sorry in Twitter. Como é que eu falo xingar?
Let's just say bad words.
You said bad words. Sorry, but I hate her 1 minute because two times you didn't show up. You know?
It was never scheduled, but okay.
Nunca foi programado, nunca foi
Foi
programado.
sim, foi sim. Yes.
It was.
Fair. So some scheduling issues, I feel, is the biggest beef that we all have here.
O que ele falou?
Probably.
E o maior problema foi, na verdade, foi agendar.
Communication, é.
Yeah. Which happens. To sort of get into the last couple questions here, Jully, I do want to know, how important is it to defend this title and become a champion that's really building a legacy here?
O quão importante para você, Jully, é defender esse título seu e esse legado que você tem até aqui?
Tudo. Tudo.
It's everything.
Tudo.
It's everything to me. It
Yeah.
means everything. It means a lot.
And Barbie, what might be the message to those that don't think you can get it done against Jully Poca?
Yeah. E qual é a mensagem? Oh, it's Barbie, yeah?
Barbie, yeah, sorry.
I mean, no one thought I would get it my first 2 fights. I always get underestimated. So I'm happy to stay underestimated. I'm happy to prove everyone wrong. You know, I'm working with Malik Scott, who's a Hall of Fame boxing coach. You know, I'm literally in Alabama right now. Like, I'm out here training at Deontay Wilder's gym because Malik is training Deontay Wilder, who's a world famous heavyweight boxer, who's like world champion Hall of Fame boxer, because he's training him. And so I got to come along so I could train too with my coach, because, you know, like, that's just the level. I'm going out to like dinners with heavyweight champions each night, and just like meeting some incredible, crazy people. So I really think that everyone is going to underestimate what I'm bringing to the ring, because they saw me last time and now I'm just a whole different fighter.
I'm curious for Jully's reaction and thoughts on that, training with Deontay Wilder, being in that environment. What does Jully think about that?
Okay. What do you think about her answer, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So, ela disse que as pessoas subestimam ela, né? Subestimam bastante, mas ela tá com os melhores treinadores, tá lá no Alabama agora mesmo assim, treinando pesado para poder vencer.
Tá bom.
Yeah. Yeah, no reaction. That's okay.
That's okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's get into the predictions here. Last question. How does it go on May 11th for the championship? Barbie, we'll start with you. How does this fight go?
I win. I think I'm gonna go unanimous decision, or her corner will throw the talon in round 4.
Oh. Make him quit or get it done on the cards. Interesting prediction. Jully, how do you feel this fight's gonna go?
Como é que eu
Yeah.
sinto que vai acabar a luta?
Yep.
É isso?
Yep.
Eu treino para lutar os 5 rounds, porque eu gosto dos 5 rounds. Mas
Okay.
eu acho que dessa vez veio um nocaute aí.
Yeah. So I've been training to do the 5 rounds, but I'm expecting to get a knockout.
Yeah.
All right, big expectations from the champion and the challenger. It is Brazil versus Australia in the co-main event of Misfits and DAZN X Series 14. It's an undefeated champion versus an undefeated challenger. Something has got to give, and there's only one way to find out, and that's by tuning in on May 11th, live on DAZN. Ladies, thank you for the time, and I'll see you in London.